Good evening, this is Brass Tacks. I'm Zakir Jacob. The Modi Sarkar has gone full throttle in recognizing those eminent personalities who have been shunned by the Congress regimes of the past. 3 new Bharat Ratna recipients were named today, among them 2 former Prime Ministers in PV Narasimha Rao and Chaudhry Charan Singh. Both of them are non-BJP Prime Ministers. Also a Bharat Ratna to the father of India's Green Revolution, Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. Now, the opposition is accusing the Modi government of pandering to vote bank politics. After all, this is just 2 months before the Lok Sabha election. The question is, with 5 Bharat Ratnas, remember there's L.K. Advani and Karpuri Thakur as well, just in the last 1 month alone, has the Modi Sarkar made these awards more egalitarian? Or, as the opposition says, is this naked political ambition that is at play? We'll get to all of that threadbare in just a moment, but first, the story of how the Modi Sarkar announced 3 more Bharat Ratnas today.
देखिए कोई कसर रहती है। आज मैं किस मुंह से इनकार करूं आपके सवाल में।
पीवी नरसिम्हा राव जी जिन्होंने आर्थिक सुधार सबसे ज़बरदस्त किए थे, और मुझे दुख है कि उनके साथ मनमोहन सिंह जी वित्त मंत्री थे। इन दोनों ने आर्थिक सुधार लाए जो बाद में 2004 से 14 तक लागू हुआ, उसके खिलाफ श्वेत पत्र आ रहा। तो एक तरफ तो आप उस टीम को भारत रत्न दे रहे हैं और दूसरी तरफ उसी टीम की जो है आलोचना कर रहे हैं संसद में।
2024 का चुनाव नजदीक है और वोट बैंक की राजनीति के लिए जो जाति जनगणना का विरोध कर रही भारतीय जनता पार्टी, वो कर्पूरी ठाकुर जी को भारत रत्न देती है। एडवाणी जी के साथ अच्छा व्यवहार न करने वाली भारतीय जनता पार्टी केवल वोट बैंक की राजनीति के लिए एडवाणी जी को भारत रत्न देती है। और आज किसानों के खिलाफ काला कानून लाने वाली भारतीय जनता पार्टी किसानों के मसीहा चौधरी चरण सिंह जी को भारत रत्न देती है, केवल वोट बैंक की राजनीति।
But first, before we go to our guests, let's try and decode the impact of the Bharat Ratna announcement that's being conferred to these icons today. Let's start with Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. He's, of course, known as the father of the Green Revolution in India, the rice man of India. In the 1960s, when India was a food-deficient place, he started the Green Revolution. The impact is that there will be an outreach to the south. Remember, he's from Tamil Nadu. An icon of Tamil Nadu is being honored with the highest civilian award in this country. He was the architect of India's food security. Like I said, in the 1960s, India was a country that was food deficient. Today, we are a national surplus. The impact is also that the message has gone out to the farmers of the NDA being pro-Kisan. The second recipient was former Prime Minister PV Narasimha Rao, the man who steered India through the course of liberalization. He ended the grip of the license Raj. In fact, it's one of the most defining moments in the history of India post-independence. The impact of that will be that there will be major political brand building as a result of that, both in Telangana and in Andhra Pradesh. He's from Nandyal in Telangana, which of course used to be in undivided Andhra Pradesh. This will have an impact in both the Telugu-speaking states. It also weaponizes the Congress's slights against PV Narasimha Rao. Remember, when he passed away, his dead body was not allowed to be kept in state in the Congress office. It also bolsters PV Narasimha Rao's economic contribution, which led to the 10 years of the UPA government. And the third recipient of the Bharat Ratna today is Chaudhry Charan Singh, former Prime Minister, farmer leader who stood for farmers' welfare and against the emergency. The impact is that in Uttar Pradesh, in the farming belt in western Uttar Pradesh. He is the tallest leader since independence, and this will have an impact. It will also help try and bring his grandson, Jayant Chaudhary Singh, onto the NDA. L.K. Advani, the architect of the Ram Mandir movement, the Ram Janmabhoomi movement, the impact is that the solidifying the NDA's momentum and the hardcore vote bank of the BJP that will be solidified after L.K. Advani's Bharat Ratna. Also, Karpuri Thakur, freedom fighter, pioneer of Mandal politics, OBC reservations in Bihar. The impact is the message goes to key OBC vote bank across the Hindi heartland that they are honoring the most important OBC leader, Mandal leader in North India. It blunts the Congress's anti-OBC and caste census pitch against the Modi government. Let's now go across to our guests who are joining us. Anila Singh, spokesperson of the BJP. Mahima Singh is spokesperson of the Congress party. Sumansi Raman is political analyst joining us. And also Smita Prakash, editor of ANI. Anila Singh ji, I'll start with you first. The criticism against the Modi government is at the fag end of the second term of the Modi government, you have announced 5 Bharat Ratnas to L.K. Advani, Karpuri Thakur, and today to P.V. Narasimha Rao, M.S. Swaminathan, and Chaudhary Charan Singh. It seems like you're just giving away these Bharat Ratnas, the highest civilian award in the country, only because you have elections coming up in a couple of months. This is timed to political/electoral benefits. That's why you're doing this.
My Rangam to all, and it really pains me. It pains me when somebody like all these 5 great personalities, they receive highest civilian award of our nation, and people say, and especially if I talk about the people from these political parties who are standing in opposition in front of NDA and certain organizations, they start ranting, oh, it is all because of the politics. Oh, it is all because of the politics. So let us go ahead. One nation, and we should do one nation, one election. Because round the year, every year, elections are there. So we should stop working. We should stop giving awards. What type of talk they are doing? Today is the day when all the farmer community, they are rejoicing this moment. Chaudhary Charan Singh ji is a Masiha of farmers. So if he has been awarded Bharat Ratna, what problem these people are having? Or they
No,
are paying
Anila ji,
because-
the issue is not that he has been awarded the Bharat Ratna. The issue is he's been awarded the Bharat Ratna 2 months before a Lok Sabha election.
So what we should do? We should stop everything. And we should start thinking, oh, this year we are going to have central elections. Oh, this year we are going to have state elections. Oh, this year we are going to have council elections. So we should stop doing everything.
Okay.
Because everything will be connected with the politics or the elections.
Okay.
What problem these people have? This alliance is failed. That is why they are so paid. In today's date, perhaps RLD is also going to break its alliance from India. So Rahul Gandhi ji should do India Jodo Yatra instead of Bharat Jodo Yatra.
Okay.
I can't see
Mahima
that.
Singh ji, the point is not the timing. The point is the Congress party was in power for 60 years. You could have chosen to honor P.V. Narasimha Rao. You could have chosen to honor Dr. M.S. Swaminathan or Chaudhary Charan Singh. You did not do that. In fact, in the case of P.V. Narasimha Rao, you haven't even officially acknowledged his contributions to India's economy. His body, his dead body, was not allowed to be kept in state in the Congress office. That's how much the Congress leadership hated Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao. So you can't begrudge that Mr. Modi has given him the Bharat Ratna.
Jai Hind. Political appropriation of the highest civilian award at its best is what we are seeing right now. You see politicization of constitutional agencies in this country, institutions in this country, and now it has come to the highest civilian award. And I think all of these, Bharat Ratna awards are as much welcome by us as our leader Sonia Gandhi ji has said today. But it is a matter of, pondering over whether these, great luminaries would have accepted these awards, this honor from a government which is so politically motivated, which is so corrupt, which is so, whose whole conduct is under the scanner today. Because you see, PV Narasimha Rao ji, you were just talking about the great leader, and when the BJP spokesperson was talking about him, I was quite astonished, because the very BJP that stabbed PV Narasimha Rao in the back in 1991, you got to revisit his old interviews. That very same PV Narasimha Rao they are talking about today. And when you talk about what Congress did for him, well, it is the Congress that made him an MLA at the age of 36. It is the Congress that made him a union minister for home, foreign and defense, and chief minister of Andhra Pradesh. This was all the doing of the Congress. He led as the leader of the Congress, and whatever internal grudges, if at all there were, that's, I don't think, any matter of concern for the BJP. Rather, an LK Advani, who has been stopped from coming to Pran Pratishtha of the Ram Mandir that actually he had sown the seeds of, is quite a.
No, but Mahima Singh ji, I come back to that question.
Today.
What stopped you from honoring Mr. PV Narasimha Rao? Forget about giving him the Bharat Ratna. That's, of course, the highest civilian award in this country. You did not even allow his body to rest in state for public viewing in the Congress party headquarters. Why?
As far as I know, Zaka, your debate is today about Bharat Ratna, and
Yes.
let me just say that I have just now enlisted an array of accolades that Mr. Narasimha Rao enjoyed as a leader of the Congress. I am reminded of Pranab Mukherjee ji's Bharat Ratna that was conferred upon him, a BJP that always condemned UPA 2's alleged financial setbacks as alleged by them, although the truth has been told on the floor of the parliament today by Manish Tiwari and other Congress leaders.
Okay.
The same Pranab Mukherjee, who was the financial captain of UPA2, was given Bharat Ratna for what by the BJP for visiting Nagpur. So this, the stance of the BJP is quite skewed. It's quite politically motivated.
No.
It's political engineering at its
I
best.
think it would be really unfair to say that Pranab Mukherjee was given the Bharat Ratna just because he visited the RSS headquarters in
Wasn't the
Nagpur once.
BJP
I think his contribution to public life in India is far more than that. Anyway, be that as it may, I do want to ask Smita.
Just a moment.
Yeah, one second, please.
Just a moment, just a moment.
With your
I said-
permission, please, ma'am.
No, I said just a moment. No, because you said just now. I said that Pranab Mukherjee, as much as he would have deserved, but the BJP is the one that condemned his work
Okay.
and came to power condemning his work.
Fair enough, point taken. Let me ask Smita Prakash this. The fact that 2 months before a Lok Sabha election, this is being conferred, some are saying it's political expediency, clearly with political motives at heart. Forget about all of that. I don't want to get into that. What I'm curious to know, Smita, is will this, for example, help the BJP make further inroads in those states in southern India where it has not been a principal player? For example, in Mr. Narasimha Rao's case, will the BJP be able to make significant inroads in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh? In the case of Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, will they be able to make significant inroads in Tamil Nadu? To say that by awarding the sons of the soil from those two states, the southern states, to expect that the BJP will be politically or electorally rewarded for that, that seems to be a little naive of the Indian voter, in my estimation.
Yeah, I agree with you, Zaka. I think it's a bit far-fetched to make that connection between Mr. Rao and M.S. Swaminathan and electoral politics, because Narasimha Rao has not been part of electoral politics for decades now. So, none of his offsprings have played significant political roles, whether in his lifetime or after that also. And I don't think M.S. Swaminathan also has anything to do with elections or political parties as such in Tamil Nadu. Yes, there will be some people who will feel that somebody from our state has got recognition, and they will probably be grateful to the BJP government. But whether when they go to vote, they cast their vote because of that sense of gratitude or parochial pride. I sincerely doubt that. So, which is why I don't want to believe that all these awards were done completely political in nature. Maybe to some extent, yes, the Jat vote with Charan Singh. But as far as Narasimha Rao is concerned, his the admiration that many in the BJP have for Narasimha Rao, it transcends political barriers. It transcends party politics. There are many in them. I can start with even Mr. Vajpayee, who had very close links with Narasimha Rao. Mr. Advani, on the other hand, was wary of Narasimha Rao. Whereas Mr. Modi and a whole other bunch of leaders had a lot of respect for Narasimha Rao. As far as you and I are concerned, we owe him a lot also as media personnel, because it was the economic reforms that were generated by Mr. Narasimha Rao and then Finance Minister Manmohan Singh. It's because of that liberalization that television opened up for us, news media opened up. Otherwise, we were stuck with just Doordarshan. And today, if we are speaking on satellite television channels, it's thanks to Mr. Narasimha Rao, who opened up and had liberalization. Of course, it was the need of the hour because of a certain process and economic, a juggernaut that we had at that time. That's why we had to go through that. But everybody knows how poorly the Congress treated Narasimha Rao. That again made him more acceptable to a certain section of the BJP.
Okay.
As far as the others are concerned, yeah, sure, go ahead.
No, sorry.
Zaka.
I think what Smita is also trying to get at, Dr. Sumant Raman, is that the Congress party and the way in which it has treated non-Gandhi Nehru family members, stalwart leaders, and how it's been very begrudging in acknowledging the contributions of those leaders. Sardar Patel, for example, he was awarded the Bharat Ratna in 1991, a good 40 years after he died. It was conferred when a non-Gandhi was Prime Minister of India. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar was given the Bharat Ratna in 1990, again a good 30-35 years since his death. Similarly with Pranab Mukherjee, who was a lifelong Congress member, was awarded in 2019 by the Modi government. Now, P.V. Narasimha Rao now, even Lal Bahadur Shastri, his statue was unveiled in 2019 at the Varanasi airport. Many of his descendants are now with the BJP. The issue is that for the Congress party, at least its record, when it comes to non-Gandhi, non-Nehru family members who led the party and led governments of the Congress party, they have been very uncharitable towards their contribution to public life. That is the moot issue.
Zaka, 2 points. First point is, I read a guideline, a rule which said that there can be only 3 Bharat Ratnas awarded in 1 year. Is that still valid, or it's not relevant? Is something that I just want clarified. And this year we've now got 5. The second point that I want to make is, did the Congress treat non-Gandhi family members with the respect that they deserve? The answer is absolutely not. Third point is, are these today's decisions, at least as far as Chaudhry Charan Singh is concerned, it is almost certainly linked to the elections, because I don't have to say it. Jayant Chaudhary has said it. After what they have done today, how can I refuse an alliance? That is what he has quoted.
Yeah.
So clearly, there is a electoral and political motive. Yes, I agree. As far as Professor M.S. Swaminathan is concerned, there is nothing to be gained politically for the BJP in giving him a Bharat Ratna, which he truly deserves. There's no doubt about it.
No, Dr. Sumant, do you agree with Smita's point that, not like this is going to open the BJP's account in a big way, either in Andhra or Telangana because of Narasimha Rao, or in Tamil Nadu for that matter because of Dr. Swaminathan?
No, I agree with that. I don't think that it's going to make much of an impact, but certainly there will be some limited impact, howsoever small it may be, on the Jat vote in northern India and typically in western Uttar Pradesh, where the RLD has its base. So clearly there is a political motive in some of these. We saw earlier Mr. Karpuri Thakur, again with an eye on Bihar, with an eye on consolidating perhaps the Thakur vote in Bihar. So I think we have to understand that there is a political play here. This is not all of it being done out of pure altruistic motives to recognize the services done by these great
Okay.
men to the nation. If that had been the motive, then they could easily have spread it out over the last 10 years and given them the Bharat Ratnas, two or three a year, instead of giving 5 of them Bharat Ratnas, which I don't even know if it's a violation of the law.
Okay.
In the last
Smita wants to
3
make a
months
point.
before an election.
Yeah, Smita.
No, giving Karpuri Thakur the thing is the Bharat Ratna has got nothing to do with the Thakur vote. He belonged to the Nai community. It's not the Thakur community. It's not the Swarn Jati which you are presuming. I'm guessing it's not the Thakur vote. Though he had the name Thakur, he belongs to the
OBC
the
vote.
barber.
Sorry, the OBC vote. I'm sorry, I rephrase that. The OBC vote. Okay, I don't mean the
Okay.
Thakur as in the quote
Yeah,
unquote.
I mean, at some level,
he
the
was an OBC leader.
Mandal politics, the Mandal
Yeah,
vote bank.
absolutely.
But let me put that to Anila Singh. Anila Singh, at least forget about Dr. Swaminathan, forget about forget about PV Narasimha Rao. At least in the case of Chaudhary Charan Singh, and we've been talking about this for the last week or so, that there are informal negotiations going on between RLD and BJP. Now, today, to announce Chaudhary Charan Singh Bharat Ratna, and look at the response from Jayant Chaudhary. Dil jeet liya. That's what he tweeted out. When he was asked a specific question, will you be part of the NDA? Will you join hands with the BJP? He said, how can I say no? So it's obvious कि इसके पीछे तो politics ही थी.
See, we must understand one thing, that Jayant Chaudhary ji is grandson of Chaudhary Charan Singh ji. So as a grandson, definitely he has got all the rights to say, मेरा दिल जीत लिया. तो इसमें बहुत कुछ political angle ढूंढने की जरूरत नहीं है. But I am really enjoying this moment, seeing how these people are rattled. This India alliance, so-called India alliance. I cannot see any alliance in today's date. You go to any major political party which used to claim that they are part and parcel of this India alliance. Now they are planning to contest elections independently. The thing is, if NDA is getting stronger, whether RLD joins us, whether JDU joins us, or whether any other political joins us, so we are happy about it. We are here to do the politics. इनको किसी ने रोका था क्या? आप दे देते भारत रत्न. Did anyone stop you? But you have to give.
But you also have to answer, Anila ji, the point that both Smita and Sumant Raman made, कि just because आपने भारत रत्न दे दिया, चाहे वो नरसिम्हा राव जी के लिए हो या चौधरी चरण सिंह के लिए हो, ऐसा नहीं कि उनके पूरे वोट बैंक आपके लिए वोट दे देंगे.
So this is what I am saying. Stop searching political angle in it. This is what we are saying. You are simply endorsing what Smita ji has said and what we are saying. Stop searching political angle into it. But the only thing is, this political party, a political party which is handcrafted by the Britishers, they were mighty happy giving 3 Bharat Ratnas to one particular family. अरे
Okay.
कहीं पे लिखा हुआ है कि कांग्रेस की कमान एक ही फैमिली के हाथ में होगी. Just now I was listening to Mr. Raman.
But Zaka.
He was talking about law and legality of Bharat Ratna.
No, is it?
But the thing is
it
I just
restricted
have to
to
say
3
one
a
thing.
year?
30 seconds to Anila ji, and then I'll come back to you, Dr. Raman.
Here. Allow me, please. Allow me.
Yeah, 30 seconds,
One statement here. I just have to say one thing here, Zaka. I come from Western Uttar Pradesh. I come from the same community. All right. Today, you can't even imagine the type of wave of happiness Western Uttar Pradesh is feeling. Because he is the only Prime Minister who has come from Western Uttar Pradesh.
Correct.
These people cannot understand it. इनको समझ में ही नहीं आएगा. इनको जो EQ है ना, इनका zero हो चुका है.
Okay.
So,
so yeah, Sumant, respond. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I just want to ask Anila whether this issue of 3 Bharat Ratna being limited to 3 persons per year, I think it has been done once before. I think, if I remember right, it was 1999 where 4 people received the Bharat Ratna, and I think nobody raised the question at that point of time. But clearly there is a clause which says it shall not be given to more than 3 persons per year. So I just want Anila's opinion on whether that is a rule which can be given the go by as per government discretion, or that is not relevant here at all.
अनिल जी बताइए, मतलब आप तो सत्ता में तो 10 साल थे, फाइनली 2 महीने पहले, चुनाव के 2 महीने पहले आपने 5 भारत रत्न दे दिए.
बिल्कुल. Clauses are made to be amended. Who made these clauses?
But they've not been amended yet.
I can say under whose regime these clauses were made.
It's not been amended yet. It's not been amended yet.
Clauses बना दिए. So stop telling us that.
But madam, it's not been amended.
All the Bharat Ratna has to be given. The reality
It
is
has not been amended.
The Bharat Ratna is given to all these 5 great iconic personalities whom everybody appreciates. Everybody takes name of Mr. Narasimha Rao with respect because he was the one, as Smita just mentioned right now, who opened the gateway for open economy.
So let me go back to Mahima Singh. You know, the interesting thing, Mahima Singh, is that many of these people, P.V. Narasimha Rao was a Congress person. Chaudhary Charan Singh, his government was supported by the Congress. The other names that I have given, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Lokpriya Gopinath Bordoloi, Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya, Pranab Mukherjee, these were all Congress members, stalwart Congress leaders. But their contribution to public life in India was recognized by a non-Congress government. And therein lies the rub, that somehow for the Congress party, the only contributions in national life have been from the members of the Nehru-Gandhi family. And all of these Congress members that I have enlisted have been awarded, whether it's Bharat Ratna or other awards that they've got, in a non-Congress regime. That is the rub of the problem.
Before I give you the list of Bharat Ratnas that we have given as a party, let me just allow to, because I've been raising my hand for a while, let me just allow to make a point here about Chaudhary Charan Singh and, you know, the pride that the BJP spokesperson is talking about right now. Let them ask the farmers who are being thrashed on UP borders right now, UP West borders, who wanted to come and protest in front of the parliament, how are they feeling today? How would have Chaudhary Charan Singh felt looking at these farmers and those 700 farmers whose blood is on Modi government's hands? How would have Chaudhary Charan Singh felt seeing his son Chaudhary Ajit Singh being evicted of a house as a matter of political vendetta? You see, those are the points we need to remember today. And you talked about the list of Bharat Ratnas that Congress gave: C.V. Raman, M. Vishweshwaraya, S. Radhakrishnan, C. Rajagopalachari. You see, Lata Mangeshkar ji, Bismillah Khan ji were given by Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Sachin Tendulkar, C.N.R. Rao by Dr. Manmohan Singh. By Narasimha Rao ji, Satyajit Ray and J.R.D. Tata were given, Bharat Ratna awards. That is how you give highest civilian awards, and not by seeing which community you want to appease, which alliance you want to form, and so you give. All the names that you just made, Zaka, are all right. But just look at the timing and appropriation that has been made as a matter of those civilian awards.
Okay.
We are all for it. We have welcomed it. We honor these personalities in various ways. I told you, a 36-year-old MLA, Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao, was spotted in the field of politics by the Congress. And he became a chief minister and union minister so many times, and then a prime minister. What does the BJP talk about today? Having insulted their own leaders like L.K. Advani, Mr. Narendra Modi has not even accepted his greetings at various public functions. We have seen the videos, array of videos.
Let me ask Smita this: the fact that I mean, if you go back to the 90s, Mr. Advani and Mr. Rao were at the two ends of the political spectrum. Mr. Advani was leading the Ram Janmabhoomi agitation. And of course, it led to what it led to. And Mr. Rao was Prime Minister. And for all his, good things, the economic liberalization and, the foreign policy successes, the reset of India's strategic defenses and so on, this will always be a blot on his record that under his Prime Ministership on 6th of December 1992, the Babri Masjid was demolished. And these two gentlemen were at two ends of this political spectrum in the 1990s. And today, within the space of a week, 10 days, the Modi government has awarded both of them the Bharat Ratna.
Yes, it's very ironical if you see that they both get their Bharat Ratnas in the same year. The fact is that Mr. Advani was always very wary of Narasimha Rao. Mr. Narasimha Rao was close to Mr. Vajpayee, but not so much Mr. Advani. They had a respect respectful relationship, but there was an awkwardness always, because it was during Mr. Narasimha Rao's time that the Jain Hawala Diaries episode happened, and Mr. Advani went into political oblivion for several years. He took this oath that he will not get back to politics until his name is cleared, and he stepped aside. Mr. Madan Lal Khurana also stepped aside. It was a period, it was a dark period for Mr. Advani politically, and that saw the rise of Mr. Vajpayee, who became then the leader as such, and then Mr. Vajpayee came to the forefront. Till then, it was Mr. Advani who was leading the BJP, and everybody presumed that if the Congress party ever loses power, it will be Mr. Advani who will be prime minister. But subsequently, after the Jain Hawala case, it was Mr. Vajpayee. And I think to a large extent, it is ironical today that while Mr. Advani is getting Bharat Ratna, so is Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao, of course, posthumously. But I must say this thing about Mr. Advani being insulted by Mr. Modi, that is not true. Mr. Modi and Mr. Advani have had a very close relationship, even during what happened after Godra, and subsequently, it was Mr. Advani who stood by Mr. Modi, even though Mr. Vajpayee had used that Raj Dharma phrase. It was Mr. Advani who had supreme faith in Mr. Modi all the time, and I don't think Mr. Modi has ever forgotten that.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Let's see how this whole thing plays out, whether or not it will have any political relevance, whether it will reap political dividends, whether it is in southern India, whether it is within the farmers community. We'll have to wait and see. I want to thank all our guests. We'll see how this story plays out during the course of the election campaign, which of course is due to begin in the next few weeks. But